Season 2, I said it. Even in Season 1, I said it. Delves are important. Delves are a very important way, especially early in a season, to gear out. Clearing tier 11 delves is important, and I'm going to explain why. Kalani's going to explain why in this video. It's really because of crests and shit, but there's a lot more to it. 24 tips and tricks you need to know to clear these tier 11 delves, making tier 11 delves easier. Let's get in this video and see what these tips and tricks, just the tip, are all about from Kalani.
Hey folks, this is Kalani. Delves have changed quite a lot in Season 2 of The War Within, and pushing up to the highest tiers will give us better rewards than ever before, but getting up to and reliably clearing tier 11 delves can be quite difficult. So in this video we're going to go over 24 tips and tricks to make clearing your tier 11 delves easier and faster.
I'll be honest, I feel like running delves as a blood DK is kind of a cheat code. I don't find delves to be difficult, but I will, admit it's probably because of my class. I can get through any delve pretty much without, losing my lives and shit, and that's just because I'll infinitely heal through it. It just takes time. Especially early in the season, I got to gear out a little bit more to do more DPS. It just takes time, but I'll get through it eventually. But this is probably better for everyone who doesn't play Blood DK.
Rewards from the delve system.
I'm a man of the people. I watch these for other people.
Before we jump in, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss another video. Let's kick things off by talking about a few things that you can do at the start of your delve to make things a bit easier. At the start of every delve, Brann will pop down a campfire, and he's not just doing that to heat up his toes before you get stuck in. Well, maybe he is, but you can interact with the campfire to start eating, which not only replenishes your health and mana if you need it, but if you eat for long enough, you're also going to get a 5% primary stat.
I already learned something. I've never eaten from the campfire. Besides when I want to heal myself in the middle of the run if he makes one. It gives you a buff? I never even paid attention to that.
That food buff. That's pretty significant for something that's so
pretty
easy
good
to get, and will be a sizable DPS.
I swear to God, I never ate from
kill everything faster. It's also worth mentioning that every other kind of consumable that players usually pick up for raids or dungeons can be a huge boost for delves as well, especially as you get into the higher tiers and start to struggle a bit more. Using flasks, weapon oils, and potions on more difficult pulls can really make the difference, and might save you a life or two to make sure you're progressing up the tiers and getting those treasure chests at the end. Something that a lot of folks often skip over are the bloodlust drums. If you play a class that can't bloodlust, you can pick up some drums from the auction house to give you more or less the same big burst of haste, which is perfect for taking down bosses especially. Healing potions are a good call as well, especially if you're playing a class that doesn't have great self-sustain. They're always worth having just in case you make a mistake or everything else is on cooldown.
Sure.
So if you're starting to struggle as you get into the higher tiers of delves, especially above tier 8, stocking up on consumables and using Brann's campfire buff might just be the last little push that you need. Now there is another consumable that has some niche but very powerful uses in delves. There are quite a few delves which are all underwater, and you'll have to manage your breath by running through air bubbles or paying for it.
I hate this fucking mechanic. I'm gonna be honest, I hate the underwater shit. I always forget about my breath, so I guess this is another good tip for me. Hey, I'm actually getting something out of this video. Yeah, he'll forget. He has heard of this info before. It's just his mind is like a sieve. And my chat's so nice. What can I say? I don't know.
Alternatively, you can
so
just
warm
pick
and
up
cuddly.
any kind of underwater breathing buff. The easiest ones to get your hands on are water breathing potions from the auction house and noggin fogger potions. Completely removing that mechanic from underwater delves frees up some brain space for dodging more swirlies.
Great. The noggin fogger potion. Yeah, that's why I'm getting my rep up with the noggin foggers first.
Also be playing around
whatever
with
his group is, I forget.
What worked in Season 1 might not work as well anymore, and we have a whole new role to tinker around with. Tank Brann was working quite well for all kinds of classes and roles, but he was kind of just nerfed into the ground. So if you've been running with Tank Brann...
He was nerfed, but he was rebuffed in a hotfix like just yesterday. A little bit. He's not back to what he was pre-nerf, but he's better than the nerf version of him, which was really bad. They had nerfed him into the ground, so he's kind of mid-tier now.
Until now, and suddenly things aren't going as smoothly. That's probably why. So try him out as a DPS and a healer again and see what works best for you and your setup. I would recommend for tanks to play with Brann as a DPS, DPS roles to play with Brann as a healer, and then healers should probably stick with Brann as a tank. That's just a general recommendation and what I found to work the best, but you should still play around with it and see what works best for you. Different roles could work better in different delves as well, so don't just smash your head against a wall. If you're starting to struggle, try a different Brann spec and see how things go. Now, if you run with Brann as a healer, one of the best tips I can give you is that his heal over time effect actually stacks. His main heal is the red potions that he throws onto the floor. This is called Dwarven Medicine, and when you pick those up, you're going to get a pretty sizable healing buff. That buff also stacks, so if you pick up all 3 potions, you're going to get a crazy good heal constantly ticking and keeping you alive. But if you space picking up those potions until just before the buff expires, you can actually extend the heal duration much further, up to the point where Brann will throw down another set of potions and you get to keep your entire stack.
Wow.
The buff currently stacks up to 4.
I actually am learning a lot right now. What the hell? I did not know that that's how the healing potions work. Because again, I've never paid attention to what I always pick them up. I'm like, oh, that helped me. That healed me. I didn't realize there was a stacking dot buff that was basically dot healing me after. What the hell? Look at me, I'm learning all this shit today.
In this way, not only do you get a larger buff, keeping you alive for longer, but you can actually keep this full stack heal up indefinitely while in combat, which will make staying alive through almost anything very easy. If you're having trouble keeping your buffs rolling due to the timings, you can get weak auras to help track this kind of thing much easier. If you run with Brann as a DPS, you won't see quite as much utility or healing, but he should kick out a good chunk more DPS for you, and if you pay a bit of extra attention, you can actually increase that DPS with smart movement. Brann will throw out traps on the floor almost constantly, and they actually deal a bunch of damage if a mob walks over them, but the mobs aren't going to move themselves.
You gotta kite them over them.
Monsters over these traps, you can kill them a lot quicker.
I did know this.
Particularly well on bosses, because the traps leave a hefty dot behind that stacks up. If you space the traps out just like the healing buff, you can get this dot to stack up incredibly high, which can help you kill bosses a lot faster. You'll also be collecting a whole bunch of new curios in Season 2, and most of them seem to be okay. It's not like Season 1, where there are only really 2 good options, so it's worth experimenting and changing things up, especially if you're also changing Brann's role around. Certain curios could work better for different roles and purposes.
Right.
Now, if you're looking for some general recommendations, the Mechasaur kit is decent, though way less hilarious since the bugs have been fixed. The Goblin Death Bomb gives you a bit of a safety net on a decently low cooldown. The Bio Printer can give you some decently strong minions to help carry you through runs, and then the Carjacola can give you some good stat boosts as well, though everything besides the primary stat buff can be a little weak sometimes. You'll also need to loot everything to get the most out of this one, but it can be a fun curio to run with.
I haven't seen a tier list yet, but usually Wowhead puts out a tier list of what the best curios are for each version of Brann. When that drops, I'm just going to go off at the head usually.
Just try things out and see how impactful each curio is for your run. If you don't see much of a difference when you change things around, well, maybe that curio isn't doing all too much. And don't forget, you can change this stuff at any time. You can run back to the start to interact with the supplies, or if you die, you can change things up before you head back into the fray. When you get about halfway through the delve, you'll also reach the checkpoint stones, where you can change up Brann's spec and curios as well. This point isn't just for Brann though, you can change your spec or talents whenever you want in the delve as well.
I didn't know this either. What the hell? Evidently, I don't know shit about delves. Oh my god, you can you can change your spec at those stones?
Always worth trying something else if what you're currently doing isn't working very well. Personally, I found tanking with DPS Brann to be the easiest way to clear through delves right now, especially after the tank Brann nerfs. I've cleared through plenty of tier 11 delves as Ret with healing Brann, and that's more or less fun.
Chat woke up and chose violence today. My god. Alright, I won't say I don't know this shit no more. I'll pretend like I know everything.
It can still be a bit spicy at times, especially if you don't juggle the heal over time stacks very efficiently, but after running some delves as a prop paladin with DPS
fucking keyboard warriors out here.
I probably won't run delves as a DPS again, even if it is arguably more fun for me. Rolling as a tank just felt so easy. Everything seemed to deal way less damage and die just as quickly, and Brann kicks out some good DPS if you don't need the extra heals. So if you play a class with a tank specialization, even if you don't usually play it, give it a whirl in delves. delves. You may find it much easier and safer to push up through those higher tiers of delves.
I will say, too, if you do want to try tanking, delves are a good way to kind of learn, right? It kind of teaches you to hold aggro, teaches you to kite, right? So, yeah, it is a good way to kind of learn how to tank as well. Also, Mage Tower is a good way to learn how to tank, too. And Zekvir. Well, you can't do them anymore. Can you? You can. You just can't get the reward, actually. So, yeah, you can go do Zekvir, too, and then learn how to tank off of him.
Which will get you a lot better gear. But a huge part of making your delve runs easier is actually super simple. You don't have to kill everything. That might seem really obvious, but you would be surprised about how much you can skip in some delves. Some delve scenarios require very little killing, and you should skip over as much as you can. If you can walk around something, absolutely do that. Not only will this make your delve runs easier and faster, but you'll probably have your cooldowns available more for the packs that you do have to kill. I think it's important to note that this is also relevant for the underpin monster packs. You don't have to kill every special pack if you don't want to, or are struggling to do so. Killing these mobs increases the rank of your nemesis chest at the end, so you do get better rewards if you kill them all, but it's only really going to be a few extra Valor Stones and crests. It's nothing that you can't get from repeatable sources. You don't gain anything limited or restricted. So if you're struggling to kill an underpin pack, don't sweat it. You can finish your delve without killing them all, and you don't really miss out on that much.
Right.
Speaking of crests and repeatable rewards, you don't have to do bountiful delves to get Valor Stone and crest rewards. You can do normal delves as much as you want, and you'll always get Valor Stones and crests at the end. So if you just need some more currency to upgrade your gear...
You won't get the gilded crests, right? You won't get the gilded Harbinger Johnny Boy crests, whatever the hell they're called. The best ones. Yeah, the crest system fucks me up every time I try to think of the names. But anyways, you won't get the best ones if you're not doing bountiful delves.
Maybe you don't have any spare coffer keys for the week. You don't have to worry
you can build these up for sure.
Delves for the day or anything like
Also, once you reach a certain item level, you can convert the crests up. So, there's that too. Technically, you can get the best crests. You just got to get enough of them to run it up, and you also got to get your item level high enough to be able to convert the crests over.
That. You can spam them as much as you want, or at least until you hit the crest caps for that week.
Gilded Nascent Harbinger, Undermined Carved, Weathered Crest,
the lower item level brackets too, or if you're just wanting to quickly gear up some ults. You can spam run tier 5 delves to get about 6 Weathered Crests per run, and you can turn 30 Weathered Crests into a piece of 629 crafted gear by buying an enchanted Weathered Crest from the crest vendor.
He didn't say the full name. It's an Enchanted Weather Undermined Crest. Yeah, we got a triple name on this shit.
And then using that to
the best naming system ever.
Gear. 629 gear is basically fully upgraded adventurer gear, so it's a quick and easy way to replace some of your lower item level pieces of gear, and you can endlessly farm Weathered Crests in delves. Now, if you want to maximize your rewards from delves, you want to push all the way up to tier 11 this season. Right. As you work up to tier 11 delves, you'll see more and more ruined crests drop, but there are special limited rewards at tier 11 as well.
That's
tier 11 bountiful delves will reward you with 7 gilded crests per run, and you can loot those 3 times per week.
And that's new for this season. You could never get gilded crests before, but now you can, so you can really push that item level.
Using
just
your
through
Delver's Bounty map on a tier 11 run will also reward you with 10 gilded crests. You can use your Delver's Bounty map on one of those 3 runs, so you want to run 3 tier 11 bountiful delves per week using your map on one of them if you want to get every gilded crest available from the delve system. Now, while the best crest rewards come from tier 11 delves, all of the gear rewards from delves cap out at tier 8. So if you've done your 3 tier 11 bountiful delves for the gilded crests and used your map on one of them for the gilded crests there, you can actually just run tier 8 delves for anything else you want to do for that week. This includes filling up your weekly vault for...
By the way, if you use the map, you get another 10 gilded. So, I mean, you can get 21 gilded crests, 7 for 3 runs of those tier 11s, 7 on each, giving you 21, and then use the map, too. You get another 10, 31 gilded crests from just doing delves.
Extra chances at loot, so you don't have to do 8 tier 11
Mythic
delves
Plus will always be the best way, but it's another way.
You can do the 3 tier 11 bountiful delves for the crests, and then to fill up your vault, you can just run another 5 tier 8 delves. It'll be much faster, easier, and you don't miss out on any rewards whatsoever. So don't waste your time trying to do 8 tier 11 delves. It's actually not worth it. The same goes for spending any additional restored coffer keys you have for the...
I hope Blizzard doubles down on the crest naming system next season just to spite you. Yeah, I love you too. I love you too, Lefeb.
End of delve loot. Unless you really want the extra ruined crests from tier 11 runs,
Thanks,
you can
brother.
just run tier 8 delves to spend extra restored copper keys. The gear rewards will be exactly the same as tier 11 runs. Now this does make the Delver's bounty map super important if you want to maximize your rewards in any given week. It's worth another 10 gilded crests per week and a piece of 649 hero gear, so you really want to make sure you get one every week.
I actually have one of these. I gotta use it, but I gotta get up to tier 11 delves first. I have not pushed delves high enough yet. I think I got like I did like a +4 and a +5. So I got to get up to +11 first. It's because I've been raiding this whole time.
2 ways to do this. The first is easy. Just keep running delves until it drops. There's supposed to be bad luck protection on the map drop now, so the more...
Yeah, fasting starts in like, was it 15 minutes, so I will be fasting soon.
Delves you clear, the higher your chances of seeing the map. But if you just don't want to wait for that, or you've cleared too many delves and you just need your map right now, there is another way to get your weekly map. There's a chance that the Underpin will randomly invade your delves in Season 2. If you fend him off by dealing enough damage, or if you die, he will retreat and drop a big pile of loot. That pile will always include a bounty map if you haven't seen one yet that week, but a random encounter isn't really good enough here. That's where the Wave Scrambler 2000 comes into play. You can buy this from the delve vendors for 2000 undercoins, and it is a one-time use, so it's kind of expensive, but you can use the Wave Scrambler to summon the Underpin to your delve.
So am I considered to be like a loot lucky? Because the first delve I ran this entire season, Underpin showed up, and I got my map. I think I just got lucky. I thought that was normal. You can use this
to get your map for the week if it just refuses to drop normally. Now you can actually get this Wave Scrambler from another source, the mislaid curiosities scattered around your delve runs, so you should be looting all of these little treasures just for the chance to save yourself 2000 undercoins in the event that you don't have time or don't want to spend the time farming delves until your map finally drops. It's also worth mentioning that the Wave Scramblers are now bound to Warband, so you can't sell or buy them on the auction house anymore, but you can freely trade them to any of your alts. So if you get one on your alt, or a spare one on your main, you can send them across characters to whoever needs their map for the week. Opening the mislaid curiosities will also be great for leveling up Brann. Each one you open should have some experience for him, and it really does add up over time. Leveling up Brann will make him more useful in every role. He gains a stacking bonus to his damage and healing for every level he gains. So leveling him up will always make your future delve runs easier and faster as he contributes.
It's not just about your future delve runs. I learned a lesson last season. I didn't level up Brann. I never looked for the little vases and shit spread throughout, went and got the experience for him. And then when I got to the Zekvir fight at the end, he was too low of a level to meaningfully contribute in any way to that fight for me. He was like level 29, and I was trying to do Zekvir double question mark. So I had to spend time leveling him up at the end of the season. Had I actually done it throughout the season and went and looked for the shit and gotten him leveled up on time, it would have been way easier for me. So yes, level up your Brann, especially for that end of boss fight challenge at the end of the season.
More and more. Now,
Brann is a bitch. Brann is a bitch.
Reliably clear tier 8 delves, you can use your restored coffer keys below that point. Tier 7 bountiful delves still reward you with champion gear, so it has the same upgrade potential as your tier 8
Cadence,
loot,
we are.
but you can get your hands on it one tier earlier. So if tier 7 is easier for you to clear, that could help you get some gear under your belt to help get up to those tier 8 delves. You can use keys at tier 5 and 6 to receive veteran gear if you're really struggling to gear up, but I would suggest you focus on other gearing options and save up your keys until you can at least clear tier 7 delves. You will still want to get up to that tier 8 as quickly as you can though to get the best rewards
for the vault gear.
Vault and Delver's Bounty map, so this would be more of a band-aid solution, but it's worth considering if you are struggling with tier 8. You should also know that you can get more than 4 restored coffer keys per week. The easiest source of keys are the weekly caches from the various weekly events and activities. Hopefully you already know to get at least 4 of those caches per week for the easy keys, but you can also get more restored coffer keys by combining coffer key shards. 100 key shards will give you 1 more restored coffer key to use as you wish. You can get coffer key shards from some world quests, so it's always worth looking at the world quests on offer to see if there are any rewards that you're interested in, key shards included. I would use an
so I'm at about 25 each. You got to do 4 of them to get a coffer key. That's not bad.
World Quest List or World Quest Tracker to make looking through the rewards easier and faster. You can also get key shards from the World Soul Memory events. To enter these, you'll need some Radiant Echoes, which come from Bountiful Delves, so if you're running Bountiful Delves, you'll be earning these no matter what. You can spend 5 Radiant Echoes at a time, and the event just requires you to kill as many mobs as you can within the time limit. You'll be rewarded Valor Stones and key shards depending on how much score you can earn. And then you can also get restored coffer keys from various renown tracks, so you can work towards some extra keys if you do a bit of reputation farming on the side.
I forgot about that.
And if you didn't pick up any rewards from Season 1 reputations and factions, they actually count for Season 2 now. So if you either didn't farm that renown yet, or you just didn't pick up the rewards from the vendor, you might have some extra keys waiting for you. Make sure you remember to use your interrupts, stuns, and other utility as well.
Do we know what level we should get Brann to for underpin double question mark? I did Zekvir double question mark. I guess the job much later in the season. Yeah, you forgot. No way, right? I don't know what level we should get him to. My Brann at the end when I finally killed Zekvir was only, I think, 32, right? I got him to 36 towards the end. So he wasn't cap level by any means, but he was like about 56, about 60% of the way there. So I would say same for this season. Get him about 60% of the way to cap level would be your, that's the point where he started to actually contribute to the fight for me. Level 60 was fast. It was. I just didn't do it. I didn't like actually pursue it in any way, shape, or form the entire season. But that's what I would say. I don't know what's cap level on Brann now. What's his cap level? Sam's Brann was 37 when he killed Zekvir. Yeah. So cap level's 80 now. Okay, so I would say get him to like 45 or 40, get him to level 50 maybe. By level 50 would be the point where he actually can contribute to the fight in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. My Brann is 16. Yeah, so it's not going to help right now.
Some packs can be made
you're
so
not
much
meant to kill Underpin
yet.
Somebody was saying yesterday someone killed Underpin with a blood DK, but he cheesed the fight, so it doesn't even count. So, yeah, we can't. There's no way you're going to kill double question mark Underpin yet.
The main casts or stun the most dangerous monster. You can crowd control to split packs up, and there are plenty of other ways to interrupt spells in a pinch if your interrupt is on cooldown, like blinds, pushes, knockups, all that good stuff. You should dig through your talent tree for any extra utility you might not usually use, especially if you are using a Raid or Mythic Plus talent build from somewhere like Wowhead. A lot of the time those builds usually focus on DPS over everything else, so they may skip over some interesting utility options that could make your runs a bit smoother.
Yeah, you could spec for delves for sure.
And see if there's anything that could be useful. It can also just be worth waiting for your cooldowns before pulling packs that you're struggling with. Having everything available and ready to go can really make a difference, especially if you're struggling with a particularly problematic pack of monsters. I know it's not the most fun way to play, and that's actually one of the reasons I've been enjoying Rep Paladins so far. They always have their cooldowns available for a new pack of monsters, because most of their cooldowns are just really short. But if you need to wait for a big cooldown or two, that's going to be better than wasting one of your delve lives. And then it's always important to note that you can reset your delves if you need to. If you run out of lives, if you really mess up early on, or if you just don't have time to finish the delve right now, you can run out, and when you go back in, everything will have reset. Any bountiful delves will remain bountiful as well, so you don't lose that chance at loot. And then while delves are often touted as solo content, you can still complete them in a group. And
I always forget this.
It's going to be quite a bit easier to do them as a group just because you're able to invite more classes.
It's just who does delves in a group? I don't know. I guess there's people out there. Clearly there's a queue up for them, but I've never queued up for a group delve.
And roles, so you can have a dedicated tank or healer, which frees Brann up to do some extra damage or healing on the side, and then you'll have access
Sam, we know
to
you
more
forgot.
You cooldowns to blow up packs of monsters, and more utility to lock them down.
You only do them in groups.
There are always a bunch of groups looking for more members in the group finder as well, so if you're having trouble, partying up might help.
Yeah, wait a minute. How does Brann work in a group? Does the strongest Brann show up, or do you have like 4 Branns running around if you got a group of 4? How does that whole thing work? Because you got 4 Branns? You got an 8-man group running a delve then, if you got 4 people in there? The first person in, it's the leader. Okay, the leader's Brann. Got it. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Just put the leader of the party, whoever's got the strongest Brann out there. But does it affect your loot in any way to run it in a group? Like, are you going to get less loot, or is it just the same? Just the scale of the Brann? I guess the difficulty scales up a little bit. Nope, same loot. Damn, that's a pretty good idea then to do it in a group. The problem is you got to have friends, and most people who play WoW, we don't got friends, so that's an issue.
Help you get to tier 8 or even tier 11
Duo delves with my brother
faster.
His brand is stronger than mine.
That's all the tips and tricks we have to help you get up to tier 11 delves easier and faster, so that's it for this video. Do you have any tips for making your delve runs easier, and what role in curios have you been running your Brann with? Leave all your thoughts in the comments section below. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and to all of our members here on YouTube. You can see the names floating by on screen. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can find links in the description or click the join button just below the video. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful in any way, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you're always kept up to date. Thanks for watching, folks. Good luck and have fun, and as always, I'll see you next time.
Damn, I actually learned a lot from this shit. I thought I was watching it for the people. I watched it for myself, actually. Oh, adds increased liability. That's right, you don't get more lives with a group, right? So you can actually run out of lives if someone's really fucking up. Interesting. A lot of good information about delves in here. Nice video from Kalani.